Okay guys, we need to review how to subtract 3-digit numbers with regrouping in the ones place. Now you know that this is the hundreds, this is the tens, and this is the ones place. So the very first question that we always have to ask ourselves before we start subtracting is, do we have enough in the ones place to start to subtract? Can we do 1 minus 6? All right, we are going to use our base 10 blocks in order to solve this problem. We've been doing this for a very long time, so you know that we should always start building before we start doing paper and pencil. So here are my base 10 blocks. My number that I'm starting with is 321. So I need 300s, 100, 200, 300. I see that I need 2 10s. So here's my 10 and 20. And then I need 1 1. Okay, so now I have my number built. It's time for me to begin to subtract. Now you see 321 minus 116. I'm going to ask myself that question again. Do I have enough in the ones place to subtract 1 minus 6? Well, if I have one finger and I try to cut off 6 of them, I don't have enough to cut those off. So I'm going to have to borrow from my neighbor. I'm borrowing from my tens place neighbor, okay? So I'm going to take one of these 10s. And we all know that there are 10 ones in one group of 10. So what am I going to have to do? I'm going to have to take one of these 10 blocks and trade it out for 10 more ones. So here we go. I'm going to count out 10 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, now I think I'm ready to subtract. But I need to go to my paper pencil and record the changes that I've made. Okay, I still have 1, 2, 3 hundreds, so I don't need to borrow that or bother that. I have one group of 10 because I borrowed from the tens place. So now I only have one group of 10. So I've got to record that over here. So I'm going to mark out my 2 in the tens place and write down what I have left. I only have 1 10 left, okay? But I'm not finished. Now I've got to figure out how many ones I have in the ones place. So I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I now have 11 ones in the tens place. Now we've learned the trick that any time that we have to borrow from a neighbor, we are always going to have to add 10. So I know that 10 plus 1 is 11. Now ask yourself that magic question again. Can I subtract 11 minus 6? I know that this 11 is bigger than the 6, so yes, I can subtract. So I'm going to use my base 10 blocks to do that. So my first problem, I always start subtracting in the ones place. No matter what, I always start subtracting in the ones. So I have to do 11 minus 6. Well, I'm going to use my base 10 blocks to help me do that. So here we go. I need to take away 6 ones. So I'm going to just pull those away as I count to 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? Now I've subtracted and I need to record that down on my board. So 11 minus 6 equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 ones left. So I need to write that down in my ones answer. Now I need to move over to my tens place and I need to subtract. Well, I'm subtracting 1 minus 1. If I have 110 and I take away a 10, how many do I have left? I have 0 tens left. So I need to write that down in my tens answer. Then I get to subtract in my hundreds. I have 300 minus 100. So I've got 1, 2, 300, and I'm going to take away 100. Well, how much does that leave us? I can count 1, 2. I have 2 hundreds left. So my final answer is 321 minus 116 equals 205. I know you guys can do this on your own. I hope this video is helping. And now let's get ready to start doing this by yourself. Just remember to always ask yourself the magic question, do I have enough to subtract? Here we go.